Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we better than the Democrats or not? Since I've become a Trump supporter, you guys have taught me to stop looking at race first. So why in this case with Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony is the first things commentators, not his parents, not his brothers, but the commentators bring up, well, some of the commentators bring up is race. And I have to call you out on this, Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson is one of my favorite conservative commentators. He's awesome and he has taught me a lot. However, the first thing he brings up is race and George Floyd. These are two teenage boys. So what happened, you guys, is Carmelo was sitting in somebody else's tent. This is at a track meet, a high school track meet, was sitting in somebody else's tent. And according to Austin Metcalf's twin brother, they went to the tent and asked Carmelo Anthony to get out his seat. Carmelo told him no. And so Austin grabbed Carmelo's backpack and they got to arguing and fighting. And then next thing you know, Carmelo stabbed Austin.
This
now,
kid,
I'm not saying this.
Before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
Yeah.
that's just what I saw. And I tried to help him, but
It was just senseless.
it was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
Now, I'm not saying it's okay, but to call him a monster for one stab, a monster is somebody who goes around stabbing, going cuckoo, that's a monster. Then to label this as a hate crime when not one racist word was slurred, nobody said a racial slur, nobody said anything about racism. So how in the world is this a hate crime?
The legacy media would call it a hate crime if it was reversed. It needs to be charged as a hate crime, and Carmelo Anthony needs to get the death sentence, the electric chair. Death sentence is legal in Texas. They execute prisoners all the time. Death sentence, immediately send a message. Murder needs to be charged federally as a hate crime. That's what needs to happen next. This needs to be a federal hate crime.
Number two, let's be careful, because this is really sounding like self-defense in my opinion, because a lot of you are screaming that if the shoe was on the other foot, if Austin was black and Carmelo was white, it would be outrage. Okay, let's look at it from that point of view. Let's say Carmelo and his boys go confront Austin, who is sitting in his tent. Austin gets smart with Carmelo, and Carmelo get to grabbing and snatching him up. The question is, why didn't Austin go get a coach? Why didn't Austin go get a parent? Why did Austin have to put his hands on Carmelo? And again, I'm not justifying the fact that Carmelo stabbed him. The next question is, why did Carmelo have a knife? Is this something that, was he being picked on? Did he know that something could happen? Did he carry it normally for protection? Like, why did he have a knife? Some people are calling Carmelo a thug and all of this. Let's not do that, because I had two kids that played sports, and in order for you to be able to play sports, your grades have to be good. You have to be a good student. So let's not try to say that Carmelo was a bad student. Obviously, they both were good students if they're on the track team. Obviously, they both have to have some type of GPA, good GPA, if they're both on the track team. So let's start off there. In my opinion, this is a case of terrible conflict resolution skills, number one. Two, could it be that Austin and his twin brother were intimidating Carmelo? He's sitting in a seat. They go over there, get up out of my seat. Carmelo said no and was talking smack and bucked up against them too and whoever else was there. And Austin went and grabbed him up to forcefully move him from the seat. And Carmelo, I don't know if they got to scuffling or what, but Carmelo ended up pulling out a knife. Did they try to jump him? Did him and his twin brother try to jump him? So let's tread lightly. Let's wait until we hear the full story. Let's not just condemn him and say he needs to be put on federal charges and given the death penalty. My God, Benny, where's your Christian values here? This is what you guys taught me. We don't mess with the Democrats because they do things that would make God's mouth drop wide open. So if we are following God and what God, these are kids, 17-year-old teenagers. Why is he a monster? Why should he be charged for a federal hate crime? Why should he be given the death penalty? A monster wouldn't have a bit of remorse. You can see remorse written all over Carmelo Anthony's face. He is sorry. He is sorry for what he did. He felt those consequences of his actions immediately. A monster would not care. Some monsters smile in these photos. And on top of that, Andrew is the one who put his hands on Carmelo. So y'all pushing it, but this might be a case of self-defense. And then why would you guys even think to compare this story to George Floyd? George Floyd has nothing to do with this. Like, where did that even come from? We are supposed to be the more ethical party, right? We're supposed to be the more, I know that they have the rhinos. We're not talking about the rhinos. We're talking about conservative Christians that value Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and the principles of the Bible. And if we are doing that, we cannot be quick to judge. Questions are, why didn't Austin get a coach or a parent to get old boy out of their tent? Number two, why in the world did Carmelo have a knife at a track meet? Number three, what was the argument that took place to make Carmelo, or what happened? Did a scuffle happen? What happened when he grabbed him? Obviously, something happened. So we need to wait until we hear more information. I'm sure Carmelo was not a thug. He was a good student, just like Austin was. And this is boy stuff, ego stuff. He came and told him to get up out of his seat. Carmelo refused and got to talking stuff. Andrew grabbed his book bag, basically, and in my opinion, yoked him up, if we're going to assume. And Carmelo wasn't having it. And whatever happened, and somehow Carmelo ended up pulling out a knife. Why did he pull out a knife? Was he scared? Was he getting jumped? What happened? So, and I don't know if I'm making that part up, but I'm saying let's wait. I became a conservative because of my Christian values. Because we are supposed to be better than the Democrats. We are not supposed to look at race. We are supposed to love one another as the person is. So are we doing that or not? Are we ethical or not? Are we moral or not? Why are you guys doing the exact same thing that the Democrats would do? The Democrats would scream race, 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 and it ain't got nothing to do with race. Now it looks like they are rubbing off on you. Why is the first thing you guys screaming race, 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 and it has nothing to do with race? This is clearly two boys at a track meet, egos, testosterone. That's what this is. Period. It's not a monster. It's not a thug. It's not any of those things. If I can call out my community for misjudging and calling out racism, and racism is nowhere in play, then I'm going to call out this community too. Period. It's you guys who have given me this lens to be able to see without judging prematurely. You guys are the one who taught me not to look at race and to actually look at the story. So why aren't you guys practicing what you guys have taught and instilled in me? So let's not judge. Let's wait to hear the full story. Might just turn out that this is a true case of self-defense. That may be why the father has already forgiven Carmelo, because he knows that his son was in the wrong. His brother knows that his brother was in the wrong.
I'm not trying to judge,
period.
But what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he bowed up This is murder. I don't know. I know they have someone in custody.
Yeah, we do.
And you know what? I already forgive this person. Already. God takes care of things. God's going to take care of me. God's going to take care of my family.
The victim's father says these two teens did not know each other before today. We do need to stress that police have not said what they believe led up to this deadly encounter. Let
me know in the comments what you guys think about this video. Do you guys see it my way? Do you guys see it as racism? Do you guys see it as a hate crime? Or do you guys see it as two boys at a track meet? They both had to be good boys because they're in sports. Like I said, I had two sons that played in sports, and their grades had to be up to par in order for them to even be able to play. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the teen's victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
Steve, Heather, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf had a bright future ahead of him. He was a leader on the football field and a scholar in the classroom. His dad told me he's holding on to memories and leaning deep on his faith as he tries to wrap his mind around this senseless tragedy.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight. Anthony is now facing first-degree murder charges, and Jeff Metcalf
It was the best weekend ever.
Is only left with memories.
I was able to watch and be blessed so much. But having both my sons are amazing.